Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and to another speed build video. So today I am using the brand new laundry pack. I know it's been out for like a long time now, but I kind of recorded this video straight away and then I just really didn't have time to do any voiceover work. So this is my interpretation of how the pack can be used, and I kind of wanted to do a little off the grid sort of styled house. So we're using one of my favourite lots in Brindleton Bay. It's one of the ones which is right by the beach. It's got like a nice little path down to it. And we've just got it's not very big, it's just basically one bathroom and one bedroom little beach house, which is kind of like on stilts in a way, but I suppose if it was like for the real world, then it just basically, because you're so close to the sea, it protects you from water coming towards your house if there's ever like a flood or whatever. But yeah, so apologies for not having a video last week. I kind of make videos like in my spare time, and that means that I don't always have time to actually record voiceovers. So I kind of do it as and when I have like a spare quiet moment in my house by myself, because it's like the little house that I live in at the moment is quite open, so there's not like a lot of privacy, which means that I don't really like recording a voiceover in front of my boyfriend. So I always have to do it when he's not in the house, which is normally when I have to work a later shift at work. But anyway, that's why there wasn't a video last weekend. But obviously, I don't stick to a schedule anyway, so the videos just come as and when I do them. So if you ever expect something to come every weekend, then I wouldn't, because it's not really something that I can keep up to, and I don't want to promise people videos anyway every week because they might just get disappointed. So at the moment this house is looking very small. I then end up having to make it a little bit bigger because in reality it's just not big enough to put everything in. There's no room for a bathroom, so I wanted the back to focus on actually making the most of the view. I didn't really want to shut it all off with small windows, so the back has very big windows which you can look out onto the sea and make the most of the view. So especially with the upstairs, the whole back wall are windows. But anyway, in terms of landscaping, I kept it very rough, I suppose. I didn't really want to do much. Landscaping isn't my favourite. I much prefer just doing the interior of builds. So I think in the future I might end up doing a few more apartments refurbishments, just because it just makes it a lot quicker to make videos, and I much prefer doing the videos for just interiors anyway. But yeah, so I'm just having to adapt this building just to make it user friendly. The stairs are on the outside, but because we don't have seasons in The Sims at the moment, we are stuck in a forever summer season, so I think having the stairs outside isn't really much of an issue. But yeah, and then I think I do make it just a little bit bigger in the end. I have actually been playing with this house. One of my New Year's resolutions was to actually play on The Sims a little bit more. So mostly on the weekends I have been playing with my current household, which at the moment it is just one Sim and her boyfriend, and they've moved in together and they have just got married, but they are using this house at the moment. And in terms of being player tested, this does actually all work, but I have had to make it a lot bigger, because in terms of actually moving around and having space, it actually works a lot bigger. It actually works a lot better just being a slight bit bigger. And of course I've obviously put in some laundry pack stuff. And of course I use some of the stuff from the laundry pack just because this is my first time using the items in that game pack. In terms of that game pack, I am pretty impressed with it. However, this was voted by the simming community, and this is what people wanted. People wanted to have laundry in their game out of like having like an off the grid or making jams and whatnot. But my only thing that I don't like about it is that doing laundry is boring in real life. Why would you want your Sims to do it? I know it like adds like a nice realism to the game, and in a way like I love realism in my games, but God, having like when you put, because basically laundry is activated by putting in I think it's a wash basket into one of the rooms, and every time your sim changes from like sleepwear to like everyday wear, then the laundry gets added into the basket, and it's basically fills up, and then once that basket is filled up, the clothes end up going all the way over the house. So your Sims are forced to do washing, and I'm not gonna lie, like I find it a pretty dull task to make my Sims do it. So yeah, I don't understand why this was a game pack that was wanted in The Sims. But anyway, so yeah, my current household live here with their little dog as well, which is like an Italian greyhound of some sort, but which is very cute anyway. But yeah, so this is just basically a case of like just trying to squeeze everything in. The bathroom is actually fairly small, and it does work like this. It's just a bit plain, and there's not really much that you can put in it. But like what I've had to do for my current household is actually make it a bit bigger and put a bathtub in, because when you have a dog, they get very stinky and you have to give them a bath and you can't give them a shower. So yeah, in terms of like the design of this house, I've tried to keep it very rustic. We've got the floor that came with cats and dogs, and I've just kind of kept the walls fairly plain. It's all that grey concrete, which I don't know, I kind of wish like maybe I'd done something a bit rustic, but I don't know, it kind of just looks clean like this. So I don't know, I quite like it. I think altogether this house ends up being, I think, around 30,000 simoleons, just because I end up putting like a fairly big TV in. So this is, if you like were to download this from the gallery using my Origin ID name, which is Sophie A14, I think just take out the TV, and then it will end up being a lot cheaper and kind of a starter home in a way, I suppose. But yeah, I think some of the objects that came with laundry pack are beautiful. They gave us a lot of like flower pots and little flower thingies, I suppose, I don't know how to call it, which actually makes decorating the house a lot nicer. They've got rugs with like tassels on it, bits for the walls, and like wicker furniture, which I think is pretty cool. I think the wicker furniture, like especially which I've put in the living room, is something that I might end up changing at a later date. I'm not too amazed by it, but I think it was fairly nice. And also like in terms of how this pack goes with cats and dogs pack, which was the one before, it works very nice. So the cats and dogs had like nice wicker rugs, I don't know how to call them, but yeah, so everything just matches very nicely. It's all very rustic, and it's got great colours, and it's got like furniture that you can fit items on, which is really nice. So that is pretty much the downstairs. I think I end up putting a bookshelf because in terms of like actually like having this house for Sims to live in, there isn't really much to do apart from like watch TV. So I always like think putting in a bookshelf is a nice thing to do. And then yeah, obviously the bedroom is very small. I can't remember if I end up changing it around a bit and just making it a little bit wider just so that it will fit a few more items in it. But yeah, I can't, oh yeah, that's what I do. I do end up making it a little bit bigger. And then that just means that in the bedroom I can actually fit like a wardrobe as well. But yes, we had a new futon with this, and we've got like nice lots of like storage places which just look really pretty. And then yeah, obviously nice plant pots as well. I think in terms of the bedroom, it just stay fairly plain. I obviously put a few pictures on the walls, and then I think just a nice easel, because in terms of like learning skills, I always like to put in the painting one. Obviously another thing that I've found is that when you have a washing machine, you need somewhere to dry your clothes as well. So this one doesn't have a tumble dryer. I have just put the clothes line outside, which you can dry your clothes on, because this is like more of a remote off the grid type style lot. I think it's quite nice not to use like electronics all the time. But anyway, so that is everything. If you have liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up, comment down below your favourite part, and also subscribe if you haven't already. Hopefully I shall see you next weekend. See you later. Bye.